Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are on launch day of the Adrian's Undead Diary hardcover Kickstarter. So I just began the live stream. I'm a couple minutes early, but that's because I'm impatient and I'm just sitting here like doom scrolling anxiously, waiting to start. So if you're watching this later, other than first thing Monday morning here, hey Ryan, we're here to hit the go button on the Adrian's Kickstarter to release the first 8 books in hardcover with new art, new interiors, updated content, all that jazz. I'm calling them the author's preferred editions. They're really cool, really cool, and I'm really proud of them. They're just really neat books. And the reason why we're going to Kickstarter, and I've said this 100 times, is it's friggin' expensive to do this. All new cover art is not free. I'm not that talented. And just the logistics of ordering proofs and layouts, and I had to get new software for formatting and whatnot, which was like a $200 license and so on and so on. And plus, I'm just not built to re-release books in hardcover. Like, it's just not the way I manage my business. But now I can. And this Kickstarter is here to basically take pre-orders for people who want to get kind of a special edition from me before it goes to retail, and basically, like, back the transition before other people can get it. And we're going to hit the go button a little after 10. But while I'm here holding court, feel free to ask questions. I'm going to show off some stuff while we're building up. Here's book 1 in hardcover. I've shown this a few times. AUD1. I hope I ever like my nails. Juniper painted them the other day. They're pink. But here's book 1. And as you can see, it's a jacket. It's hardcover. Very swanky. And then inside we've got some extra art at the beginning. And this is where your names will go if you back this. Kickstarter backers. You can see it's blank right now because I don't know who my Kickstarter backers are. But if you back it at any level, your name or a name of your choice goes in here. And then we've got the maps going in them. Alpa in the Auburn Lake vicinity is in every book. 10 Eastern Standard Time, because that's where I am. And then the first 2 versions of the covers are in here. You'll notice it's color. These are coming in color like this. And then, cool. You can see right there, September 2010. What's really cool, really cool, hey, Carl, is, I've had these book 1 proofs for a few weeks now. But literally this morning, as I was getting set up here, FedEx dropped off the proofs for books 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to show them off now. Ready? Womp. Book 2. Alone No More. Da-da-da-da. You can see another good size one. On the back, we got Sketchy Zombie Woman. I put the zombies in gory detail on the back, so the front of the covers can go pretty much on any advertising. Morning, Yoka. Morning, Sean. Hey, Jess. So that's book 2. And then the big one, Fatty Boobalatti here. Midnight. Sketchy city scene. And then we got another terrifying zombie chick. Remy with Cover Villain, who did all the art for these, did such a good job. They're like really cool pictures. They're like, you can't really tell because I can't take a good picture, but the art is like kind of comic booky. Like when you zoom in, it kind of reminds me of like line and fill, like Borderlands, but it's also like watercolor. Just really cool. So that's book. Block out the sun. Not that there is any, but that's book 3. And then book 4. Morning, Anthony. Morning, Jess. Book 4, The Failed Coward. Oh, ta-da. 4. Back again. Got this sketchy bastard with a gun on his back. I'm not sure what gun that is. Looks like it might be, looks like an AR. But anyway, But again, all of these have extra stuff stuck inside them. So, Failed Coward, book 4, all that jazz. And then in this one, I slapped in, no one's seen this yet, no one, but, the book 4 interiors here as well. Pretty cool. Little anecdote at the bottom by me. And then on book 3, I did something kind of funny. But I did some concept art. So this is the original version of Bad Worse. So anyway, lots of neat little stuff's going to go in the whole series, stuck in the front like that, and collected together for the first time. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta-da! So this is going to be half of the set, right? Obviously, and then the other half, be approximately the same size. It's slightly smaller because Midnight is so big. It's like, I don't know, an extra 75 pages, which bumps it up into like this whole new category of printing, which makes it more expensive to print, more expensive to ship, yada, yada, yada. But that's it. We're going for that plus 4 more. Morning, Shirley. And then as part of the Kickstarter, just to show off this stuff before we get going, we have bookmarks, which I've shown a few times already. Ta-da! Ta-da! The sun behind me is pissing me off. But the curtain's broken. And then on the back, we have banana boxes and Halligans. Ta-da! I thought that would be really funny to put on a bookmark. So those are available as well. And then we got Mr. Journal stickers. These got a little smile. But again, these are 4mm vinyl, so basically a bumper sticker. So they're really durable, and they've got a UV varnish on them, which means that they'll stand up to the sun or to like hot water and stuff. Hey, Jamie, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm nervous. I'm anxious today. I was sweating bullets earlier, quite literally bullets just falling from my head. But anyway, the stickers are pretty sweet. And then at the $10 level, I'm doing an international like little swag package, which can go anywhere in the world for the cost of a letter. And it'll just be in an envelope, right? Like a regular envelope. And you get a bookmark, one of the stickers, and then one of these fellas autograph stickers, like a little Otis and some monsters and stuff. And I will chop these out for you, sign it, and then drop it in the envelope. And you can put it in a book. You can slap it on your butt, whatever you want to do. But a lot of people, my readers and fans that are in like Australia and the UK, they want to support the project, but shipping is ridiculous. It's like $35 now to get a book from here to the UK, and Australia is even worse. So because the shipping and the customs paperwork and stuff is such a hassle, this little $10 international package is like a neat little kind of meet you in the middle where you get something special. And then there's a couple of other levels that are just so cool that I just opened them up to the world, primarily UK, Canada, and Australia. And it's like the high level, the big story where you get a custom story and one of 5 printed novellas sent to you. That one I think is international. The playing a role-playing game I believe is international, and a few. It says on the little boxes when the project goes live, you can just tick right over. And we got about 10 minutes to go, so I'm gonna screen share here the project so people can just look at the levels before I hit go. Preview. There's a video on this one. I was inspired by Anthony Castro, who I think is in the chat here today, to do a video, because he did a video and it was really cool. And I was like, hey man, that's really inspiring. Like, can I do that? So I just started messing around with it, and I came up with a cool little video, I think. There we go. So now my head has become small and the page behind me has become big. So this is what it's going to look like as soon as I hit go live. So if you're on the notify page, which is the link that's in this video chat, if you go to that page when it goes live, I think you hit refresh and then this happens. You see this page. Pretty much everything at the top is just informational. Doesn't really have anything to do with like pledging or backing anything, whatever. You hit play on the video right there, watch me talk, watch some neat little graphics go. Excuse the sound of the gusting wind if you can hear it. I lowered the goal from 7,000 to 6,500, mainly because I was nervous it wouldn't fund. And I've already eaten a bunch of the costs. So I said, you know what, I'll just lower it. 30-day project, which means we collect backers and bids for 30 days. And then at the end, it finalizes. So whatever bid you choose to do today, if you're doing it, you can change, you can back out, you can cancel, you can upgrade, you can downgrade, you can do pretty much whatever you want. The big thing about today is Kickstarter. If you get a ton of backers on day one, and theoretically, if you fund on day one, your project gets pushed up to the front and gets more advertising and better placement and more recommendations, which is a big deal, which is why I did the countdown and did all the stuff. Clicking this project button just brings you down. It doesn't actually let you do anything. So if you're in this chat, I imagine you've read a bunch of my books already, and I don't need to tell you the synopsis of Adrian's. But on the right-hand side, you see this first image of At Least He's Not on Fire in New Worlds. That's just a little $5 2 ebooks and a thank you. So I will send you an EPUB or a PDF of those 2 sampler books direct to you. And then you get a thank you in the beginning of book 1. Every level comes with a thank you in the beginning of book 1. There's the little $10 swag pack anywhere in the world. And then the dice. The dice are where we actually start seeing like some physical rewards that are, you know, noteworthy. So I made 3 different sets of Adrian's Undead Diary dice for this Kickstarter. They will only be for this Kickstarter. And there's Locky dice, 3 Locky dice, Lacuna dice, 3 Lacuna dice, and then Trinity dice. And each of the 3 in the Trinity are different. So see that picture right there? There's like a blackish, whitish one on the lower left-hand corner. That's Adrian's die that luminesces blue under black light, or it glows in the dark. The one on top, the silver and gold, is representative of Michelle. And the one on the bottom right-hand side is gunmetal with white, which represents Kevin. So if you buy the 3 Trinity dice, you get those 3 shown. Come down. Those are the Lacuna dice, black and white, peachy. It looks like cordyceps and fungus and stuff. Really cool. Those are $20. You get 3. They're big. I can't really show that in the picture, but they're like the size of my thumb, basically. I have some here. So they're not just like getting like little yachts dice. These are some honkers. So this is one of the Lacuna dice. I'll bring it up so I can show everybody. But you can see it's big. Like it's the size. It's literally the size of my thumb. I got big hands. So these are called clipped corner D6s. They have the corner clipped off. Weird. Just kind of cool. You can't really get them in a lot of places. And if I'm going to do custom dice, let's make them. And there are the Locky dice. Fiery and sparkly and orangey and reddish and stuff. Really cool. So $20 gets you 3 of any of those 3. So, you know, if you have a favorite, you want to pick one, go for it. $33, that's the one that gets you the book and a thank you. And that's just book 1. Basically just, you know, if you want to get the 1 hardcover to put on your shelf, awesome, thank you. At $45, you get the book and then 3 dice, which, you know, it can be any 3 dice of your choice. At the end, you'll get what's called a reward survey, and it'll tell you, I'll ask you which dice you want to pick. At $55, you get all 9 of those dice. So 3 Locky, 3 Lacuna, and then each of the Trinity 3. $80, you get an hour-long chat with me and my ugly mug. Last time, I think we had 3 or 4 people do this when I did a Kickstarter, and it was fun. Like just neat to BS with people and not answer any questions that I can. 120 gets you half. So that's this right here. You literally get this. This is what you'll get in the mail from me. And you get a thank you as well. Down here At 133, I custom make you a set of 9 AUD dice. You tell me how, what colors you want. You want them sparkly, you want them whatever. I'll do that. Those are really fun. For the Diggory dice, they came up with some really cool ones. 175, you sit at an online gaming table with me playing an Adrian's role-playing game, and you get 3 dice that look like that. They're black and bronze and really cool. So the only people who will get those kinds of dice are the people who play in that game with me. That one's limited, very limited. There's only 4 people available. 203 gets you the first, all 8 books in hardcover. That's like kind of the big default set that gets you everything. You also, with that full set, you get the bookmark and the sticker. Down here at 250, you get all the books and a full set of the dice. That's kind of like the all-inclusive, for the Kickstarter, all the new stuff, basically. Also comes with a sticker and a bookmark. 250, that's a professional 3-hour online writing consultation. So for all the people who want to learn about me, and how I do my business and how I got to where I am, or they have marketing questions, or they want editorial input or marketing advice, whatever. I will sit down with you for 3 hours and answer any question you have, show you how I do stuff, and basically just help kickstart your writing career. Another 250 pledge, everything AUD and paperback. So the original paperbacks. So you get all 14 of the core AUD books plus the 7 Tales releases. It's a lot of book. And then you get the stickers and the bookmarks, yada, yada, yada. 275 hardcover and paperback set. So you get all 8 of the hardcovers, and you get the 7 Tales books in paperback. So you get like the best versions of the first 8, and then the Tales books, which basically bridge the gap from book 8 to book 9 and fill in a bunch of stuff. 333, you get all 8 hardcovers and custom dice that I make specially for you. That one is also limited. There's only 3 of those available. And then the big one, $1,003. 3 because 3. I write you a short story. I write you a novella. 5 to 10,000 words, give or take. Chris Fagan bought the one for the last Diggory Kickstarter, and that became Tactical Septic Tank, which is appearing in book 14 of AUD. And Chris has 5 custom-made novellas that only he has, just him. That's it. And I have the proof of it, and then he has the other proof of it, and then the 5 copies that he can do whatever the hell he wants with. They will never be sold. They will never go to retail, as they are. And like, he has a custom cover for it. He has custom backing. The book is dedicated to him. It's all for him. And with this one, I'm doing 3 of these. So you can see limited 3 of 3. And the idea is 3 people will be able to do that. And then those 3 stories will get collected into one, chunk, and then sent out to those 3 people. And if there isn't 3 people, then less people get it. And each of you will get a proof copy to show you, the in-process version of it. And then you'll get a final version of it, 5 copies of the final version of it. And then the story will do whatever you want. It does not have to be an AUD story. It can be anything you want. It can be set in any of my worlds. It doesn't matter. It's just a short story for you. You and you alone, unless you want to share it with other people. And I will not publish it. I will not include it. Unless you specifically say, yes, I want you to. So Chris Fagan was kind enough to share his story and said, like, it's a fun story. If you haven't read book 14 yet, Tactical Septic Tank is a big shining star. So we're at 10:02 now. I'm going to give it until 10:05 before I hit the go button. We have, it's like 23 people here with us right now. And then we'll give it till 10:05, and then I'll hit the button. Does anybody have any questions before we go? Any last second things I can answer for people? Grab some coffee. Just want to say thank you while people are typing their questions. It is such a cool process to share this with people. And hopefully y'all think that the books are worth it and the series is worth it. And as I said before, one of the really big reasons why this is important for me to do with my writing career right now is bookstores and libraries really like hardcovers. They don't like paperbacks that much. So my books are not in a ton of libraries and they are not in a ton of bookstores. And this is theoretically a huge step in that direction, where I'll get on the radar of a whole new level of writing opportunities. So knock on wood, we'll see what happens. Thank you, Anthony. Renee, when is book 15 coming out? I have no idea. I need to write the next Diggory book, which is in process now. I just started working on it a couple weeks ago. And when that's done, I'll probably pivot back to what is theoretically the final AUD book. Might be one more after that one, but I'm not sure. It is also cool to interact with a writer. As a writer, it's really cool to interact with people who read my writing. Technical Septic Tank is guaranteed to get me into a library, for sure. To be fair, I've read some really trashy stuff from local libraries, so I think I am at least on par with that trashy stuff. So over here on the Kickstarter page, I'm going to exit the preview and then go back here to the main page. That this is the behind the scenes, that the interface for creators. And then scroll down here. It says, "Good news, your project has been approved. Your project will go live if you continue here." And that's this green button right here. So as soon as I click this button, it's going to give me a series of prompts. Are you sure? Are you ready? Grab ankles, all that jazz. And then it will go live. And the wind just blew the door open. Is that ominous, or is it just me? Looking forward to reading the new scenes. Yeah, there's been a couple new entries have gone into the new books, as well as a bunch of just like clarity and cleaning stuff up and making things flow better and cleaning up language and just making the story better. All right, so before I lose internet from this wind here, I'm going to go back and hit I'm ready to launch. So everybody, if you're ready to buy something that's limited, get ready. I'm ready to launch. 3, 2, 1. Launch data. Funding is all or nothing. I read these details multiple times already. 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, your project is now live. And now I get this cool bar over on the side that allows me to post updates and gives me all the details and stuff. And this number right here, the 0 pledged of 6,500, should be a live ticker. Oh, the door just slammed shut. Thanks, wind. So as pledges come in, that number should change. And then after I get done doing this live stream and stuff, I will go on a social media blitz, and I'll be reaching out to people all day today, trying to get reminders put in front of them, and just asking them to share if they can, and hopefully get a oh, there we go, 1,028. Very cool. Thank you. Trying to get people to share it is tough, because everyone's trying to promote their own stuff and whatnot, but it helps. And if anyone, after you back it, if you feel like sharing the link, please do. It's a huge help. Word of mouth is the advertising that I can't possibly pay for, because I can't pay all those people individually to say nice things, especially if they actually feel and say those nice things. I wonder if I can tab over and show that. So if I go to dashboard, whoomp, it should show. I don't want to show anybody's names. Nope, see, right there. It's not green yet. When it gets up here to where it funds, this bar will turn green. Kickstarter push, that's from the notification. Location of plays. Reward popularity. Wow. 2 ebooks and a thank you. $5. 55. Complete set of dice. And 1 short story sold. So that's pretty cool. So 3 people have backed it and gotten it over $1,000. And I already know that it's probably Chris Fagan buying another short story because he's crazy like that. Oop, there we go. Another $1,000. Yay. So did you guys ever watch the Easter Seals telethons? It was Easter Seals, right? The Jerry Lee Lewis ones. Where he would like stay up for 24 hours or whatever, and just gave you my life savings, both dollars. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Jess. Appreciate it. But I remember being a kid, and my dad loved Jerry Lee Lewis, and he thought the telethon was so cool. So if any of you who are too young to know that, there used to be an annual telethon on TV. I forget which channel or which network, but Jerry Lee Lewis, the old comedian, would host it, and it might have been for St. Jude, I forget. Anyway, he would stay up for like 24 straight hours on PBS. No, I don't think so. But he'd be a mess by the end of it because he was just literally on TV for almost the entire time, and they would just collect people, and they had like the booths of phones, and the phones were all manned by celebrities, at least on stage. And when you called in to donate money to the charity, there was a chance that you could get one of those famous people to answer the phone, and you would literally like give your money or your pledge to somebody famous that was supporting the charity. So this is my modern day equivalent of that, which is, it's okay. It's cool. I should have left it at 7K. I mean, it doesn't matter because if we go over the 6,500, Renee, I still, the money still comes to me to, sell books and whatnot. And by lowering it a little bit, I gave myself a little bit more security. Because if I get to 6,900, right, and that's it, then I don't get anything. I have to hit the number. So right now, like I only need to get to 6,500, so it puts me $500 closer to getting something. I mean, I've seen projects in the past where just arbitrarily they have like let's say a $10,000 goal, and they get to 9,500 and they get nothing. If they don't get that 10,000, they get nothing. So this is a risk, obviously. And if it fails to fund and I have to fund this all myself, then, okay, so be it. That's what I got to do. But this will help a lot because it means that I can use those pre-orders and all the dice sales and, chats or whatever, and basically offset that cost. So I'm not putting, $6,000 on a credit card until I can recoup it through selling stuff differently. I don't know why it's going up and down. That's weird. People pledging and then canceling, maybe. I'm going to open the dashboard differently. Oh, I can't. It won't let me. You poop head. So yeah, 6,500 is cool because it means I am a little bit more likely to fund. So I open another tab. You guys can't see it because I'm not sharing that tab, but I'm trying the dashboard to see if there's a reason why the pledges are going up and down. We're live, Leah. No, I went through the house and it was like 95 degrees in here and humid, and I opened all these windows to let the air in, and then literally sat down. The wind started to blow, the sun went away, and now it's like gusting and frigid. Like I hit go at 10:05, right? And literally 10 seconds before I hit go, the wind gusted and like the curtains all started to go crazy. It was like I better hit the button now, everybody. Jamie says hello. Hi. She says hi back. Did I do what? Trim it? Yes, I did. I trimmed the bamboo. Some of them are pretty rotten. So, all right, let me refresh this because now it's been a minute.
Is it going live?
I hit the button 7 minutes ago. Yep. I'm so nervous. It's over 3,000, which is awesome. Really, really cool. It's really scary though, because if I don't get to that 6,500, like I get nothing. And it was a lot of work to get this thing going. So, but now I'm looking at all the different levels to see what's still available and what's not. Project video play. So 11 people have played my video.
Ooh.
Nice. Reward popularity. Okay, here we go. So complete set at 203 and complete sets of hardcovers and dice are currently the two most popular rewards. 1 custom story is sold. All 8 hardcovers plus dice is sold. And then it's just like one of a bunch of different other levels, which is pretty sweet. So nothing is completely sold out yet, I don't think. There's still 2 more short stories available. Yeah. I wrote one for Chris Fagan. No, not the dildo one. The dildo one predates the one he got was Tactical Septic Tank. Trimming the bamboo. Remy. He walks into trimming the bamboo. Leah has a plant that needs love and it had to trim it. She's saying no. Anywho, so my gut, no, it's not a dodgy euphemism. Nope, no thank you. Yeah, plant mom. It's not your fault though. It really isn't. You want what?
I want to see.
You want to watch?
I want to be on the thing.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll point the camera. Ow. See, look. Ta-da. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's got the wrong cover finish. Like these are gloss, but that's like a setting. Like, just go in and flip the switch. Well, the sun coming through here was like washing my face out, and that curtain is gone, broken. So, anyway, it looks like people are adjusting.
So you're just doing play by play?
Pretty much, yeah. Just being here to answer questions during the launch button. Launch process. And thanking people as they jump on, basically. Chris's story was hilarious. Tactical Septic Tank is a fun story. I don't want to give it away, but it involves poop in a tank.
I love getting septic tank cleaned.
Yeah, that is a practical response to a strange comment. I love getting the septic tank cleaned. My wife, everybody. Pragmatic. Okay, so we're 50% funded officially in the first 11 minutes. That's really cool. I was saying this bar here, right? It on the last one for the 2 degrees, it basically does this on day 1.
Yeah.
Right? You get like 75% of your backers on day 1 or day 2, and then it just kind of like rides slightly up, right? But this bar turns green when you hit your funding number. So you watch it and like hope turning that shit green. Like a poop tank. And then we'll get it emptied. It's the little things, everybody. They did 50 Shades of Grey. Yep. You want the first 8 books from Otis's viewpoint?
Yeah, I'm working on it, guys.
What a cash grab that would be.
I'm working on it.
So Jess, you're saying you hope you meet the goal. I think I will. Optimistically, the first 2 Kickstarters I did for the Degree series, one hit like 6,600, and the second one hit almost 8. It was like 7,700. And relatively speaking, Degree has like 10% of the fan base that Adrian's does. So my hope is that the Adrian's people come out to support the series more robustly than the people who took a risk on Diggory before it was even out. So not trying to adjust, trying to get the game and a set of books. It keeps swapping. Weird. So if you add the game and then add the set of books as an add-on, that would probably work. If you do become a backer, can you do more than one? Your app is not letting you go back in and look. If you can get to a regular computer, you can always go back, Renee, at any point in time between now and the end of the project, and adjust. You can cancel, you can add, you can subtract, you can switch levels, as long as the level that you're trying to switch into is available, right? So the limited stuff, once people have, put their name on it and, licked it and called dibs, you can't switch into that level unless they back out and it goes back into the, the pool of available levels. But you can adjust it however you want before the end of the project. You gotta lick it before you stick it. That's awesome. 50% is amazing, people. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's pretty cool. Really cool. I'm really curious to see how many people are going to want the dice. Because, like, I have been working my butt off on the dice. And the risk is that I made too many dice and nobody will buy them. And then I just have a gigantic bucket of dice. There's pictures all over the Kickstarter. And then I took out a few. Like,
and your nails.
I know. Yeah. Juniper painted my nails. Very pretty. But this is what the full set looks like now.
So this was what
this is a full set. Full 9 dice set. So and stuff. Locky, which I think I already held up. But they like sparkle and they iridesce and they got like they're super heavy.
And I rolled a 6.
Did it? I didn't even look. No, you make trash dice. And then the Michelle dice, which are silver and gold.
Oh, these are awesome, Chris.
The Lacuna dice are amazing. Like, the glow in the dark ones are really cool, but like they're really cool because they glow in the dark. So if you just look at the Adrian die, it like just kind of looks like a little spooky, a little scary. The Lacuna dice, you can't take a good photo of these because the detail is so fine, and the webcam obviously is like the trashiest camera available, but they are really neat looking. Like the way the black and the white wisp up like that, it like I nailed that. And then the Kevin die. Oh, a dick die? We'll send that to Chris. So Kevin's die. The Otis is gold on Kevin's, and then all the other numbers are white because Kevin wears a white hat. Where's the dick? That lump right there?
Or maybe it's just
what kind of dicks are you looking at?
You see it? Okay, never mind.
Anybody else see a penis? Welcome. What? Should talk to a therapist. Anyway, they're really cool, and I hope people dig them. Tom, you back the dice? Thanks, Tom. You still have a copy of Dark Recollections from Walker Stalker back in the day. Which one? Walker Stalker in Georgia or Walker Stalker in Boston that I didn't actually get to go to because I was hospitalized with pancreatitis.
After you found out you were having your firstborn.
Yeah, the day after we found out Leah was pregnant with Willow. I'm guessing Georgia. If it's signed. Oh, too funny. So if anybody else has any other questions, just fire them off. Let me know. There's new activity on Diggory. Oh, you know what? I could do that right now while we're doing that. How fun is that? Womp. I can post an update to Diggory that the other one has gone live, even though they probably already got the notification.
From following
you? Yeah. Once you back a creator's projects, you get notified every time they launch a new one, which is one of the reasons why Kickstarter is really cool.
I wouldn't know because I don't back you.
Yeah. No, you back me. You back me. You back me. Go over here. Post update. And then this will go to that previous project. Womp. What should I say? A new
We did it, bitches.
order is out.
Just
Bitches.
bitch.
We did it. Biatches. I don't want to get banned.
Is it capitals?
Yeah.
This is really-
Doesn't it? Yep. 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 Public all backers. No, yeah, all backers. Blah. I was saying that like I set up this like social media like blitz the last 3 or 4 days. Like I scheduled 12 posts to post like it periodically and whatnot. And launch emails haven't gone out yet. Georgia, that was a fun convention.
Have you seen those lists of people who like like crazy sign-offs for emails?
Yes.
You should have done something like that. It's like lukewarm regards.
Right, yeah. Right. Sincerely until I die. Well, I imagine the launch emails will go out over the course of the next hour or so. I think they send them out in batches, cover villain, where in order to stop getting caught in like spam queues, they send out like 50 every 10 minutes or something like that. And granted, like 130 people, something like that, 120 people back the last project, so they could probably send them all at once and it wouldn't matter. But yeah, I was saying something. What was I saying?
I was more interested in what I was saying.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
What were some of the other ones?
I don't remember. They're on like Reels or TikTok or
You gotta
something.
lick it. Chris.
Before you stick it. See, and look, now I got an email that says, "Hey, there's a new comment."
Oh, so you followed yourself?
You default
Okay.
automatically, so you can see what your messages look like for other people. But Amazon Small Business Summit is hilarious. It's like, can you do this Wednesday or November 17th, 2026?
Those are two options now.
Yeah, literally. It's like, why? Last chance
Look
to
at how organized your email is.
right?
I should see this. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
There's
Yep.
even a folder for dong dice.
Yep.
Right there.
Which one?
Dong dice.
Dom
I'm
dice.
just making up random
To like
folders that you would have.
dominatrix
And
dice.
dong.
Oh, dong dice. I should make that folder. You're right. Wiener click clacks. Penis dice. What the fuck? Of all the people to say what the fuck, it's Fagin, right? Sorry, guys. It's all right. It's okay. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'll hang out here live for a couple more minutes, and then I'll hit the ground running, reaching out to people and posting and sharing, and hopefully we can fund today. If we can fund by the end of the day today, that would be a massive, massive achievement. Probably not today though. Probably a couple of days, but we shall see. I love that it blanks all the swears. Hi, faulty human. Thanks for joining. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it. If it's your first time joining, feel free to ask questions. Everybody else in the chat here is old school. We've already asked all the same questions. When's the audiobook coming out?
We want more Otis.
They do want more Otis.
I want you to want more Otis.
I want more Otis. I just want to make it good. I don't want to write trash Otis. Otis deserves more. Right?
I think that's something you should take up with your therapist.
I am stalking you. That's all right. Get in line. Jamie. who was in the chat earlier, I'm not sure if she's still there. She frequently refers to herself as my biggest stalker, but really she mails it in. Like, I haven't had to beat her like out of the front yard with a stick ever. So if you're gonna do it, do it.
Do you want me to do so you can have some private time for people? Do you need some alone time?
No. I don't need alone time with my people. Oh, she's been behaving herself. I don't believe that either.
She just got better at it.
Better at stalking?
Yeah.
That's possible. That is possible.
Yeah.
That is possible.
Don't diminish her
She's
skills.
wearing like camouflage now.
Yes, she's right. That's her right there. She's why you can't put down the other shade.
Oh yeah, that's why. That's how it got ripped. No. Oh, we ticked up a little. Yay.
Oh, you can actually see it right now.
Yeah, it's live. Yeah. So this is my StreamYard interface, right? So I can see all the chats from all the different places. So you can see this red means it comes from YouTube. That comes from Facebook, either my author page or my profile. So I can see where everyone's commenting from on one screen. So I don't have to have all these tabs open, right? How amazing is that? Oh, we went over 4. And then this is my screen share. You can see, they can see me right there, right? And I turn the camera. So you can see. But yeah, and then I can tab over to the actual screen, which is like this is the Kickstarter tab here, which is really cool.
Amazing.
Really cool.
And everybody gets to see you smile.
Yep.
In gratitude.
Yeah. It's amazing. And I got to do a new image for this. Although with the video, I'm not sure if I have to. Kickstarter doesn't like project header images that have text. They just want it to be a picture. They don't want to have any text. And in order to get the projects we love tag, you have to have a picture with no text on it. And I got the project we love for Diggory, but it didn't do anything. Like it literally did nothing. I got no more backers, but still it's nice to know that you get the little hashtag and you get sent out to more people. And because it's a project we love, then it's like, I don't know, it has more like clout.
Fills the empty hole.
Clout, I guess.
Love in your heart.
The audiobooks are going to be going. Will the new book be read by James Foster? No, James is no longer a part of the series. And will not be returning. Otis has that BDE and deserves to be represented at nothing but 100%. Beaver, that was a pain, but I got the game and the books. Awesome. I'm sorry it was a pain. Makes me excited. I wanna do.
Talking about a cat's big dick energy. Is that what BDE means?
Ryan, are you talking about Otis having big dick energy? Asked the therapist. Probably Ryan's Jewish.
What does that have to do with it?
See, well, I mean, you can like
Then it would be
tribe up, you know.
CBD.
Circumcised dick energy. Yeah. Yes, he is. Yep, correct. All right. Stay strong. Otis does have some yeah. Yeah, it is a shame. He did a fantastic job narrating the first books, but he departed the series and won't be returning. So it is what it is. So do you not get charged till the end of the Kickstarter? Dana is asking. Yes, you get charged when the project funds on day 30. So between now and the end of the Kickstarter, the next 30 days, you can do anything you want to your pledge. You can add, you can subtract, you can switch out levels, you can do anything you want. You're not locked in until the project ends and they consider it closed. And then they start sending out, the billing. You start getting dinged for whatever you decided to back like the next few days after that. And then there's like a 5 or 6 day period where they like reconcile everybody and reach out again to make sure that, people whose cards failed, and it happens all the time. They like sort out that billing issue, which is great because if I have to do it, it's hugely time consuming. Like even tracking down just a few people takes, I got to sit and send emails and reminders and whatever. And then usually within 10 days after it finishes up. And then the funds come to me 14 days after the project closes. So this will end on like what, the 1st of June, something like that. So the money will come to me right around the middle of June. But yeah, you can change anything you want now till the end. So do whatever you want. Have fun with it. Or don't do anything. That's fine too. Very exciting. Oh, pa-ching. That was a big jump. That was probably her. She was like, I'll buy everything. It's trippy.
4, 5, 6, 6.
Yeah, trippy. It's really trippy.
Nice consecutive numbers.
Nice numbers. Pleasant numbers. Pleasing in their numerical order. The backer number is really neat too.
Of course.
You can't remove tiers people have already pledged to. Correct. Once the project goes live and a tier has backers, I can't do anything to it. I can't remove it. I can't change it. I can't do anything to a tier once it's been backed on. And that's to protect the people. So they're putting their money on something and then it's not going to get pulled out from under them. Kickstarter for many projects is enough of a risk, because a lot of projects on Kickstarter are very early in the process and you're backing them hoping that they actually get it done. Like a piece of electronics that's concept only, at that level, they go to Kickstarter to raise the funds to build the thing. So if, those people who are very, very early on in the process can fail and then the project doesn't happen and you don't get anything, like you just gave them their money to try. That's sketchy enough. And Kickstarter prevents you from like changing the pledge levels. Faulty Human, how did you come up with the idea of AUD? So the long story short is, growing up, my friends and I used to watch a ton of the George Romero horror movies. And we would, watch them on the weekends together. And sometimes we watch all of them in a row. And then we'd theorize. We would sit down and go through like our what ifs. And we came up with a series of remarkably detailed, end of the world plans. And in retrospect, we actually had some really good ideas. Some of them were obviously trash. But, for a bunch of 16-year-olds, we did pretty well. So all that stuff, kind of lived in my head forever. And then I was working at a facility that I thought would be really cool as the setting for, if that were to happen, like, oh man, like it would be great. Like this place would be awesome. I could do this, I could do that, I could do this, and it'd be great. And then once I have like those two things kind of colliding, then my brain starts, chewing and, developing scenarios and whatnot. And then I had also been doing some contract writing for the gaming industry, writing some stuff for like rule books and websites and whatnot. So I knew that I could write well enough that people could like it. And then I had gotten paid to do some writing. And my buddy Joe, who was one of my friends from childhood, had been insistent our entire lives that like, dude, you got to try and write a book. Dude, you got to try and write a book. Like it was very persistent. And I had a job where I had time and I could write while I worked. So I basically just said, all right, screw it. I'm going to write a story for him. And originally the story was me surviving, living, basically where I was working at the time. And we built a website to share it for fun. And very quickly, like within the first couple of weeks, it was like people really started to read it. And it became apparent that I couldn't just write a story about me, So I changed the character from me to Adrian, and I invented the character of Adrian, who's, loosely based on me. And a couple of other people have been kind of mixed into his makeup. And that's how it came.
What was one of the shittiest ideas you had about dealing with post-apocalypse?
As a kid?
Yeah.
Not appreciating how much time it took to do certain things was probably the biggest one. Like we had plans like, okay, so yeah, we would just pour concrete here.
Right.
and do this and like put in 4x4s, and we block off that road that way. And then like as an adult, you're actually like looking at doing stuff like that around the house. Like, oh, I'm going to pour concrete to put in a new mailbox. And it's like, that's like 2 hours, and it takes a couple days. Right. Yeah, but as a 16-year-old, you don't conceptualize that stuff. But like that was
fortifying
space.
Yeah. Would be a lot of work.
Yeah. It takes more time. Beaver wants to know, why did I murder Ollie? So that's a spoiler alert for those of you who haven't read that far or listened that far. So I'll answer that in broad strokes. Why do characters die? I'm an asshole. That's about it. No, just kidding. If there isn't sufficient emotional stakes in a story like this, there isn't enough like built-in anxiety and fear for it to feel like a horror story or a scary story. And the concept of Adrian's story is that you are reading his diary. So you kind of know he's going to live, right? Like pretty much no matter what. And obviously I threw a pretty big curveball at people in book 7 when Adrian goes down for a while and Abby takes over. And that's also conveniently enough why it's AUD, because if Adrian died, it could be Abby's Undead Diary. That was intentional. So in order for you, the reader or the listener, to really feel that like the stakes of this matter, like this isn't, even if Adrian lives, it could be really bad. Every once in a while, when it serves the story, characters have to be put in danger. And if people don't die every once in a while, even important characters, then it just doesn't, it's not scary. You're just reading, whatever.
Doesn't that make it more authentic to life too? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's
like
every relationship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like you take a risk at caring about someone, you take a risk about caring about a character.
And bad things happen.
Yeah,
bad things happen. One of the deaths that shocks people the most in the Adrian series happens, I think, in book 2, and it might be the end of book 1 or book 2, I forget. And it's the cop McGreevy, and Adrian just bumps into him. They're both like going to the gun store to like raid it for supplies, and mid conversation, McGreevy gets shot by somebody who either thought he was a zombie or was trying to kill him. And they're like literally mid sentence, and he just drops, head explodes, he gets shot, and he just drops. And Adrian's like, first of all, I'm being shot at, what the fuck? And then he's like dealing with this, like, what the, like just the shock of it. Like, you don't get closure, you don't get an answer. Adrian winds up finding the person who did it. But, the point is like that character only appears on like maybe 10 pages of the story, but he was a captivating character that people really got behind. And then to have him taken away so fast really puts you like on edge. Like, wait, what? Well, huh? Like what? And that was intentional and part of it. There's another question here. The New World Order is now. Faulty Human, do you have a background with firearms, or did you do a lot of research? Yes and yes. Sharp sticks and bad language. That's my kids right there. Gilbert was a badass. He was a good character. Gilbert is basically my dad, essentially, with some changes. My dad was not a Green Beret. Total what the fuck moment. Yep.
What was?
McGreevy getting shot.
But that also like brings up the like real existential horror that Adrian's dealing with, right?
Mm-hmm. Like, there's a passage, I think, in like book 3 or maybe book 2, I forget, where he's basically talking about like how dangerous it is to just go outside. Right. And he's like, if I want salsa, I have to decide if I'm willing to die for it.
Right.
Because I could die. Like literally leaving the safety and security of this building to do anything could result in death.
I wouldn't die for salsa, but I'd die for queso.
Interesting. No, I would lean towards that as well. Yeah. Like salsa, I probably wouldn't walk through a hail of gunfire for, but queso, I would consider it.
Peach salsa.
With queso.
Ooh, so both.
Remy's with you. Remy, yeah, he would walk.
Good spicy queso, right?
Castro, I will die for Hot Pockets. If you keep eating Hot Pockets, you will die. just saying.
The roof of your mouth will die
Seriously, yeah.
slowly.
The volcanic burn of Hot Pocket lava. Don't you have like heart problems? Like, shouldn't you like maybe have a salad?
He is dying
Just
for-
yeah, you are dying for Hot Pockets. Oh god. Cujo the house pony. That's right. So a funny story about Cujo the house pony is I knew I wanted Adrian to have a pet in the story because he was going to spend so much time alone early, and I needed him to have some kind of company to stay somewhat sane. And I didn't want it to be a dog because I didn't want to deal with barking in the story.
Or dog.
Oh yeah, or dog dying. Like a loved dog. So I knew that I wanted to have Adrian experience like a pretty bad moment with a dog, which would like turn him off of dogs for the whole series. And it takes him like 4 books before he like finally like gets back to the point where he's like, okay, dogs are awesome, and I just had a bad moment with a dog. But like that whole thing was very intentional. Can't eat them. Is that when you plan on doing the autobiographical thing on YouTube? Yeah, probably. Yep. I might start it mid project. The process of getting to today requires a ton of organization. So, like manufacturing, finding supplies, making sure everything's going to cost what I think it's going to cost.
Seriously, I haven't seen him in like 6 weeks.
And you've never been happier.
The house has never been cleaner.
Right. I'm just down in the basement rocking. Yeah. Shining and polishing. And then there's like the graphics portion, right? So like all of the graphics that you see were all made by me on the Kickstarter. Remy for Cover Villain did all the book art, which I then copied and pasted, and he did some mock-ups which I used in other stuff. But it was literally just like 2 days of me putting art together, and then the video was like a morning, and then just doing everything else. Flex. Like it's like a couple of weeks of work to just get to the point of submitting it for Kickstarter to say, yeah, that looks good. Never mind launching it. But when it's going and the Kickstarter is running, there isn't a whole lot that needs to be done on a daily basis to like, maintain it. We post updates, and I give people behind the scenes stuff, and I'll post some pictures, and I'll probably wind up doing a couple of giveaways and stuff like that. To people who are backing or sharing or whatever. But like for the most part, it goes back to being pretty mundane. And the project updates are basically just like Facebook posts, right? You just write it in a field and hit submit, and it goes to everybody. So yeah, that's not going to be a ton of work. So I may start trying to do the autobiographical thing. When I put a video out on YouTube and saying like, hey, I have YouTube, I have a channel. What could I do? Like, what, if you're a subscriber, what would be interesting? And a couple people, Beaver on YouTube, suggested like, tell your story, like of you, like set up a camera, like, and basically just like tell us how you got to where you are. Tell us like what it was like to get to where you are. And it was cool. Like, I thought that was a good idea. You're shocked at the outcome of Captain Pasta. Yep.
What do you need to reach
the funding goal?
Yeah.
65.
Look at how close you are.
Yeah, under 1,000. Yep. When it funds, I have to go back in and make an image that says fully funded.
You haven't done that yet? Is that like
No.
bad?
Yeah,
that's like
that's bad juju.
Shit.
Yeah, that's bad juju.
Yeah.
No thanks. But I could go into the dashboard here, right, on this tab, but this is the tab that I'm sharing with people. And when I go into the dashboard, if you scroll down to a certain part, it says the names of the backers. And I want to preserve people's privacy. I don't want to give away what people are doing. So open a new tab that's not being shared. 88% funded. There's that vertical line. Womp. Average pledge is $228. That's
Amazing.
crazy. Sources. The project launch email. So Remy, you said it hasn't gone out yet. It has. So 5 people have clicked it and they've backed for $1,200. So those are previous backers or people who got the email, the notification.
Or maybe it's staggered, like you were saying. So that
Mhm.
means it's on there.
Yeah. This is people searching on Kickstarter. Like,
I can't really read. from this.
Oh.
You just know that part.
3 people
That's
for
cool.
$800. That's the important one because it's people who find it.
Everybody's important.
Well, for growing Kickstarter, right? Yes, everyone's important. Jesus. 17 plays, 6 more people watched me.
And it wasn't just me.
Complete set of hardcovers and dice, 8 backers. That's crazy. 8 people. Complete set 4. Still only 1 short story sold. All hardcovers and custom dice. That's cool. So I got a custom set I'll have to make.
Oh,
That's
so
awesome.
excited to do that.
I am. I won't lie. It's fun. And then a full order of the paperbacks. See, I knew that was a good idea. I thought somebody would want to just support the project and they didn't care about the hardcovers, so I put that in there. Really cool. And then I go to SFAR and you can see all the names start to jump up, and I don't want to show people that stuff. So I'm really surprised by. I was like convinced that that would be the level. Book 1.
Hardcover.
Yep, just
Yeah.
book 1.
Yeah.
You know, because it's not that expensive. But
Yeah.
look at that, and dice, more of those. So that's cool. It's really cool. 24 people so far. Hey Chris, has your wife read Adrian's Undead Diary?
Before I married him, yeah.
Yeah.
I had to make sure he just wasn't one of those writers.
One of those writers. Remy, can you have Sarah McLachlan music playing in the background for the autobiography? No, she'll sue my ass.
That costs a lot of money.
Yeah, seriously. Licensing is
I'll
expensive.
sing it though. Nobody will
She
watch
will
it.
too. She totally will. She'll come down in the middle. Do you read other books about a zombie apocalypse? No, not that many. Just a few. I spend enough time in that universe in my own head. I don't feel super entertained by reading more about it. I love the movies, but I haven't watched a zombie movie in a long time. If Chris does a video series about how he got where he is, we need a post show of Leah telling the truth of the situation. Walking Dead, Talking Dead style.
Yep.
Hee-haw. Hee-haw.
Right.
I was like, my head is like, how would that look like? And the first thing that pops to my head is the record scratch noise. Like, and that's how I get started. Leah jumps on. So that's kind of true, but mostly. So it's almost 6,000, right? I think I have to stay here now until I get to 6,500, because if I like punk out $500 away, right? That's bullshit, right? If I do that,
I mean,
like I'm committed. Like I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm here today. I'm here
and
today.
You love it, don't lie.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He loves going live.
It's fun. I do. I like it. Like I say all the time, writing is such a solitary process, right? Like I'm literally just looking and thinking and looking and thinking, and occasionally I distract myself and I, play a game or do some research or whatever.
Play a game.
Play a game. Or
watch TV
to clear the
clear
pump the brakes, Missy. Speaking of dance, it's like a dance-a-thon. I'm gonna put some nuts in my mouth.
We should have one of those like
hamster water bottles.
No, I'm not talking about food. One of those like they'll have the temperature thing and you like add the color to it as it rises to try to see how much
My red marker.
Yes. Bring us to the top, guys.
Slam
I'm trying to
dunk.
think of like douchey things that people say when they're trying to. Oh, are you gonna dance?
Can I?
He wants you to. Remy wants you to.
He's weird like that.
This is about as much dancing as Chris does. You're seeing it right here.
I dance with the kids
No, they just want you to spin them around
and lift them
and
and
lift them and
yeah.
throw them.
Dancing. Daddy, pick me up. Again. 59.89. 27 backers. So the Diggory we went over 6. Yay. The Diggory project the first one had like 120 backers and the second one had like 115, I think it was, or 130 and 125. I forget the exact number. But like I'm at funding goal with 28 backers.
That's
so like
amazing.
If those same 100 people come out, like this could go way over. And if we do go over, speaking of which, for those of you who haven't done a Kickstarter project before, backed one, not every project offers it, but I have stretch goals. And what that means is if we hit the number and money keeps coming in, the pot gets better for everybody. Or more stuff becomes available for me to order and then offer. Will Adrian make it up to Scotland? Probably not. He already left the UK in the storyline, but he might go back. We'll see. So the first stretch goal is 7,500. And that is everybody gets
a new card.
So here are our stretch goals. At 7,500, everybody getting a physical reward gets an additional bookmark. Or if you didn't get a bookmark, you will get a bookmark. And then at 8,250, everyone gets a Mr. Journal sticker. And there's a big jump there because the cost between bookmarks and the stickers is pretty substantial. And then 9,000, 10 books go to libraries.
Ooh, I like that.
So, and then for every $1,000 beyond 9, I'll give away 2 more. So if I get $15,000, it'll be 10 plus another 12. So 22 books will go out to libraries.
And this guy gives books to libraries.
I do. At $10,000, we get an STL file of the heavy rescue truck from the story. Little miniature that you can print out if you have a 3D printer. And if you don't have a 3D printer, I know a guy who does, who will charge you a reasonable fee to print and then mail it to you. If we get to 12,000, I will commission 16 by 20 high quality posters of the Dark Recollections cover.
In the dark.
I don't know. Like that. I did not reach that point in the planning process. If they're not glow in the dark, they will show up as an add-on for $10. Everybody won't just get them because the logistics of shipping out a poster like totally changes everything because they have to go in a tube instead of just in the box where your book goes.
This is also why you don't include me in the planning because I'm just extra.
Right. You just like windmill slam everything down on the table. Leah gets it done, but it does not happen in a way that logically should happen. And it gets done every time. And then the last one is $15,000 off commission challenge coins. Which I did for Diggory. I did the coins of the 12 and they were awesome, but they were crazy expensive. A little over 6. So those are the stretch goals. So everybody who is backing now will participate in whatever benefit is gained from any stretch goal that unlocks. So it's not like, I bid early and it was before it hit the number and I miss out. Like everybody gets it. So,
it exciting to continue to check it out.
Right.
Too.
Right. And
I love that stuff.
Yep. And, from a financial standpoint, it incentivizes people being like, hey, if we get another $500, then everyone gets XYZ. So I'm going to tell my friend, or I'm going to change my bid and buy a spare book to give away. Because it's like you get more for your dollar if we start hitting stretch goals. And with the Diggory books, the funding goal was only 1,600. So all of the stretch goals ended at like 6, but this one, the funding goal is 6,500. So the stretch goals go much, much higher. And because AUD has the bigger fan base and these are much higher dollar value pledge levels, the goal is higher and then the stretch goals are much higher. Because I think the highest level for the Diggory was like 150. 120, something like that, was like the big one, and there was only like 3 or 4 of those level, and then there was the short story, which Chris got, which is 1,000. But there was one, and like everything else was pretty cheap. This, because we're doing 8 books, is a much more robust project. Like logistically, there's going to be a period in time where potentially pallets of books will arrive here, depending upon how many people back. Like literally a tractor trailer truck will back down our driveway and they'll unload pallets of boxes of books.
You can have the kids bring them in, kind of
Yeah,
like the
free labor. They did that the last time. They brought them all in.
the books.
Yeah. I don't know what the number is. It's by weight, because there's a certain point where it's like it doesn't make sense to send UPS or FedEx. It makes sense to just get a truck.
Well, if we reach that point, then I'll have to stand on top of them and take a picture of you.
Right. And then we'll make a 3D print of it.
If you're going to be king of the mountain, do that often.
King shit of Turd Hill. We are $456 away from funding. Which sounds like a lot, but like all the levels are like, all the big levels like $200. It's like 2 people.
Are you nervous?
I really was this morning. I was really anxious this morning.
Yeah.
Right now, I feel good. Yay, libraries. I get a bookmark even if I just gave my whole life savings of $5. Well, no, because the $5 level is electronic rewards only. You got to upgrade to $10 to get a physical reward. So maybe rob a lemonade stand or something, Anthony. I don't know what kind of businesses are in your area. The challenge coins are awesome. And Cover Villain in the chat here, Remy, is excited because if we do get to the cover or the challenge coins level, he gets to do the art for it. You want video of the AUD warehouse, such as it is.
I've always thought, how they have that like give a penny, take a penny. If you just like really commit to going to every convenience store and just taking all the pennies, I bet you could get some serious points.
Arrested?
No, it tells you to do that.
Yeah, but it's a penny, not like
how,
fist this change.
Okay, so how often? Like once every 2 minutes, you could go back in and take one. What's the rule?
That's a good question. Yeah, she's a criminal mastermind. You have no idea. No idea. No idea. She's like, I'm reputable.
I am.
I live with you. You are definitely chaotic good. Definitely chaotic good. And or chaotic cheese. Because you really love cheese. Fist this change. Quote of the day. Spend any time with me. I'm filled with really inappropriate, weird quotes. He's basing the therapist in his superhero romance series on you.
Oh, I'll give him some good stuff.
Oh, she will. She will. Just reach out directly. I want to pledge, but all the items only post to the US. There are many levels that post to Canada. And if they don't, you can just buy it anyway, and I'll just send it to you. So the $10 level down here, the swag pack ships to anywhere because it's easy. And then it's kind of situational as you go down. US. Hey. The online chat is obviously electronic. You could do that as well. First 4 books is US. Custom dice is US. The online game is anywhere in the world, and you get swag with that. You actually get the physical package as well. So if you booked the game, you would get a copy of book 1. I'm going to run an online Adrian's Undead Diary role-playing game.
Stop it.
Max 4 people, and 1's already gone. So JB was like, I'm buying it. We'll see if JB actually buys it. So yeah, the game is international.
Wait, do you have character sheets for it?
I will. The online
What if everybody wants to be
consultations
Adrian?
anywhere. It's not going to be they play Adrian. They'll have their own characters to play in Adrian's world. They'll probably interact with Adrian. How cool is that?
Can you be Otis?
Can you be Otis? I haven't gotten that far. So yeah, there's 4 or 5 levels that go anywhere in the world, and you can bid any dollar amount at any level. You can, like, if it's a $10 level, you can actually bid 50. And if you want something, yeah. So if you just want to do the hardcover Dark Recollections, do the swag pack, and then instead of 10, just do like 40 for the value, and that'll come through as a red flag for me, and I'll know it's you. So you can do that, unless I get like 400 bidders and I got to sort it out. But even then, I'll probably still remember. You should play as Adrian. Well, as the game master, I will play as everyone that the players are not playing as. So yeah, if they meet Adrian, it'll be me. Just left it awkwardly at the bid levels down here. Womp. Oop, 6,099. What's in the middle? If it's 6,099, what's that?
It's like a weird orgy. I don't know.
A weird orgy, yeah. Just like, is it like the goatsy orgy? When this dude hanging out in the end is just like trying to get an edge, and
it's like
a cuck thing.
The 9 and the 9.
Criminal mastermind. This one. 401 to go. Yeah, I was nervous this morning.
How many times did you go to the bathroom?
Just the once. I have to go now, but that's
snowsuit.
because in my snowsuit. Oh, I remember that day vividly. But anyway, here we are.
Reliving your trauma.
In the snow pants. Literally.
Casually reliving it.
Yeah, that was a tough morning. Afternoon. That was an afternoon. That was a tough afternoon. Morning from Vancouver. Hey, Fred. What's the weather like over there today?
How stoned are you?
How stoned are you? How stoned is that? Seattle? Oh, Vancouver's legal. It's legal. Well, I think it's in Seattle too now. Show us the books. Ooh. Okay, we'll do it again. Fine. Book 1. Oh. It is really cool.
That guy in the corners. We should name him.
We will. So that's book 1. Flex. Not stoned here. And then book 2. Ta-da. Book 2, Alone No More. Another cool zombie on the back.
Remy, when you make the zombies, is it a zombie picture that you use, or like a dude and then you zombify him?
Ooh, 61, 64. Ooh, the big one. Midnight. Number 3. Ironically, the biohazard symbol looks like a Trinity symbol as well. This is my favorite zombie so far. This one. It's creepy. And then, yeah, creepy. Like really creepy.
Really good.
Book 4. Number 4. And if anyone's new who didn't hear me talking about this before, I have the physical proofs of books 1 through 4 here. And book 5 is almost laid out. And then I have to do 6, 7, and 8, like finishing laying them out and making sure they're all spiffy and pretty and stuff. But the process to go from where I'm at to finishing the 8 books is only like a week or 2 of work, really not that much. So that'll definitely be done before before that happens, before the project finishes and funds. And the last time I talked to Cover Villain, Remy, he said he would be able to get me the finished ebook level art, like the front of the book. Probably like next week, I think you said, end of this week, something like that. So we are. So one of the big problems that I had was the cover of book one, the original cover of book one has the zombies at the bottom, just the hands reaching up, and Amazon will not allow you to advertise an image like that.
Why?
Because there's blood or implied violence. I literally can't run ads on Amazon for my book one. Can't. They won't let me. So relaunching this with all of these less violent, less bloody covers allows me to actually advertise this series more meaningfully. And like he was saying, like we have to keep it clean on the front, but naughty in the back. It's like the mullet of book covers. Did that turn you on? I got the eyes, everybody. We're logging off. So anyway, yeah, we can do this on the back without a problem because Amazon's not going to see the back cover. So that was a very intentional thing. All right, Beaver, go to bed. You want to see 10K when you get up? Me too. From your lips to Oprah's ears. If anyone knows,
really beautiful.
Isn't it? Yeah. I was saying it's like almost comic booky, but also like watercolor.
3D,
like really, really, really cool.
It looked ripped. I thought it was.
Yep. Yeah. What?
The back, like that.
You can see there's like texture.
That looks like the dice.
It does. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It looks worn and old and dirty, really but like it's gorgeous. They are really, really well done.
But do zombies know how to shoot guns?
In AUD, none have managed that task yet.
Is just like something on the
The guy died like that, I guess. It's more about the sizzle.
Imagine if it just started going off, though. He's like a firework out of control.
Pretty cool. What's crazy is, like, from a physical standpoint, this is half of the size of the boxed set, right? Of 8, which means the full box set will be over here, right? Like it'll be, roughly twice the size of this. And that's like crazy. Like, cool. Yeah. And then after this, assuming we successfully fund, which it looks like we will, the next easy transition to hardcover is the Awakening books for Diggory, because Remy Cover Villain already has the art completed for it, and he can port it from ebook and print paperback to hardcover pretty easily, and reformatting it shouldn't be a big deal. And because I already have all that stuff lined up and I don't have to buy like entirely new art from him, it would be pretty economical to then just go hardcover with that as well and then release that into the wild. You pledged 65 for the swag pack. Thank you. That's amazing. Thank you. Will you be shipping the full set in a banana box? So funny story about that. I did like 3 days of emailing and reaching out to book printers, trying to find like slip cases and custom printed boxes. And the numbers I was getting from box printers were absolutely bananas. And not bananas like a banana box, but like batshit crazy prices. One company wanted to charge me like $8,000 to have 500 boxes made, like literally $8,000 for like slip cover boxes. And like that, like that's like, like I didn't even write the guy back. I was like, "Are you serious? Like, did my email come across as me being stupid?" But it just couldn't, like, I couldn't get the numbers to work out. As far as getting like regular cardboard boxes printed, you can get like a print put on the side of a cardboard box pretty cheaply. But like, it wouldn't be that special. I still might, because I'm going to have to order boxes no matter what. And I think the cost per box goes from like $1.75 to like $1.95, which fundamentally really isn't that big a deal.
Right, but the real question is, would they look like banana boxes?
Maybe. They wouldn't have the holes in them, obviously, like a banana box does, in the open bottom. But I could have like a banana box print.
That would be amazing.
Probably. I could look into it. And that, like, all I need is the art.
Banana
And
box
then,
art.
yeah.
Are you going to get sued by the...
I don't think banana box. I mean, like, this is a non-committal banana box art. Like, it doesn't actually, it's not actually a banana box company, I don't think.
Yeah.
So like all I would have to do is like have Remy do that, basically, or some facsimile of that,
That would be really cool.
like call it Ring Banana Co. or something.
What would be the banana company name?
I don't know. What would it
BDE?
be?
Banana company.
BBE. Big Banana Energy.
Big banana.
You do have to get them made in China. And then it takes like 2 months to get them here. So just now, 63.78. Yeah, you still have to fold them. They just send them sheeted in boxes.
Seriously?
Yeah. Well, think about how much space 8,000 folded assembled boxes would take up. It would literally, the cubic area that it would take up would be enormous. They have to ship them flat. But then you have to sit here. Mm-hmm. But then it's one for the slipcase, right? Put all the books inside it, and then you have to assemble the actual outer box, and then put it in, and then seal it. So like it adds many, many more levels. 63.93.
That's your adding that.
Yes.
This is the main ingredient.
And removing sleep. But yeah, it was logistically it I couldn't get slip cases to happen. It just, I couldn't. And then regular boxes could happen. That would be pretty easy. I don't know what the minimum would be. Plain boxes to fit the boxed set were like $1.50 each if I bought 100, which is reasonable because like I can use those for shipping other stuff too. And the cost of the books and what the shipping number is charging is that covers that. So like that's not like an out of pocket thing that would, like, the Kickstarter exists to help pay for that. So yeah, I guess we'll see. What do you think the final number is going to be in 30 days? You take bets? 10 grand?
I'm not good at this. This is like math.
6501.
No, because if somebody, don't put that into the universe.
No.
Because what if then one card doesn't get charged? Then what happens? The whole thing.
The funding number is what triggers it. If people fail after the fact, you still get the number because you hit your funding goal. Pledges, whether or not their card funds or not,
really
happens after.
Wait, so you? I don't get it.
So
like right now, if I have a card that I knew was going to decline,
mm-hmm.
I put in $500,
mm-hmm.
and so like you get to the funded.
Yep.
But I know it's going to decline.
Right.
It's still considered funded.
Yep. Wink. Yeah. See, everybody. Social services are going to make you pay those children if you start making them fold book slipcases. Technically, cottage industry businesses, you can make your kids work, and you can pay them a wage and write it off for taxes. So social services can suck my dick. Also, my kids would really love to do that. They love doing stuff like that. Those little projects. Juniper will sit there for hours on end doing little stuff like that all day long. She loves it. She does love helping. She's such a helper. Anytime anybody needs help with anything, Juniper's like, me, and then kicks in the door like Van Damme. But aren't you allowed to pay them up to $4,000? Yeah, there's a limit. The age, it scales up with the age too. Like once they get to like 10, it could be 12,000 or something. I don't know. We haven't really looked into it that much.
But it's smart.
It is. It is. It is.
Ryan's still here. Did he hear the Big Dick Energy turnaround?
I don't know. Big banana energy.
Big Banana Energy.
He's probably at work.
Should probably make a t-shirt of that.
AUD coloring book series. Big time. High wind.
Some Cthulhu coloring pages that they left.
They did. Yeah. They did. Comic booky, cartoony zombies. Give me to get stickers made us a big banana energy.
Yeah, we need stickers for big banana energy. with the banana box, like, and that's just it.
It could be, the sticker could just be like a banana with like a lightning bolt symbol. Banana
Really?
energy. Like a crest, a family crest. Wear it as a badge. With your Scottish tartan, your kilt color.
No, I think it should just be the banana box.
Just a banana box. Big banana energy.
We all know how.
There it is.
You did it?
Woo!
That's amazing.
6,600. Y'all are amazeballs. Yay. Yay. So, yee. Now I can pee. Womp.
Wow.
Ta-da! We got green dots. Goal. So what's the time? What's the time? It is 11:19, and I launched it at 10:06, I think it was. So hour and 13 minutes we funded.
That's brilliant.
That's amazing. Amazing. Amazing.
Y'all don't even know how happy this makes him. This is like inner child satisfaction. Oh. Is it breaking through the royal future?
You troll. Troll. She left, everybody. We're safe again. Oof. Amazing. 73 minutes. Not too shabby. That's amazing. Coincidentally, this also means Cover Villain's actually going to get paid. So he's excited too. Oh, that's amazing. Huge relief. Huge relief. Thank you for the congratulations, everybody. Awesome. Now we start aiming for the stretch goals. The Secret Labs chair. So yeah, now that we've hit funding, the stretch goals become the next big thing to keep an eye out for. Which means, the next one's 7,500. And then 8,250 after that, and then the numbers are all there. You can look at the bottom of the page and see what's coming. And as I always say, if you guys want to help, backing obviously is the biggest thing you can do, but also just like putting it in front of other people who might be interested, or adding to your pledge to buy gifts is huge, because it's it's word of mouth essentially. And then, that gets us to bigger stretch goals, which gets everybody other stuff and allows me to do even bigger and cooler stuff.
Thank you. I'm going to hug everybody. Oh, they can see your shoulder.
The scandal. The
Show them
scandal. Oh, your ankle. Nice. This isn't OnlyFans. She's a therapist. Helps people with their feelings. Their foot fetish. All right, but in all actuality, I do really have to go to the bathroom. So.
Do you want me to hold it? I mean, I don't want to actually be on it.
No, I'll log off. I've been on here almost 2 hours now. And we hit the number, and I really got to start messaging stuff and people and whatnot. Crazy.
I know.
Unreal.
Wow.
One little sliver of your face is appearing. Is that okay? Is that safe?
Mm-hmm.
Your fluffy red.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Ooh, just went up again. This is exciting. This will buoy.
6688 is a good number.
Wink. All right, everybody. Thank you. You're amazing. Thank you so much. I'm gonna get going because I have tons of stuff I got to do, and Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.